Hello everyone, I'm Cam S. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Magnaflow Competition Series dual catback exhaust system on a 2006 V6 Mustang. We're going to be answering some frequently asked questions. I'm going to be showing you footage before installation, after installation, and it's currently 4 years after installation. And I'm going to be just showing you how this exhaust system ages with the car. I'm just going to be answering any questions that I usually get on installation process and drone and anything like that. So hopefully I can answer all of your questions about this exhaust system. I hope you enjoy this video. First thing I'm going to be showing you is a before installation with the stock exhaust and a K&N air intake. Up next, we're going to be showing you the first startup after installation, and keep in mind the only modification still is that K&N air intake, and we're going to show you a quick drive. Now we're going to show the footage from 3 years after installation. The only modification still is that K&N air intake, and we're going to show you it revving up and a little bit of a drive. Up next, I will show you startup and revving of after 4 years of having this installation. Still, the only modification that I have is this exhaust system and the K&N air intake. We will go for a drive in just a little bit, but I wanted to answer some frequently asked questions first. The biggest one that I usually get is it a GT bumper, or did I cut it out, or did I have to drill it out? I believe that the exhaust comes with a template. I'm not sure if you have to print it offline or if it actually comes in the mail with it, but we actually did cut it out. We just have a little paper template, you draw it on there, or you tape it on there and then cut it out. So that is what we did with it. If you're underneath there, you can kind of tell a little bit because there's not that factory edging on there, but you cannot really tell from a distance, or honestly, standing up, unless you get underneath there, you cannot really tell that it is actually cut out. So as I just said, you have to cut out that left side, which is not that big of a deal. We did install it ourselves, which was another question that I got a lot, is did we take it to the shop? How much did it cost? I'm not sure how much it would cost to take it to the shop and have them do it, but we did it ourselves, and it was like a full day project. So if you need to do this by yourself, you're gonna have to set a full day aside to be able to do it. Another question I get a lot is about the pop or the crackle to the car. I really think the most crackle and pop comes from right after installation. After you let the car or the exhaust itself age a little bit, you do not really get that pop anymore. If you do get the pop, it's once in a while when you're really harping on it and like revving it up a lot. You don't get the pop or the crackle when you drive. It is just when you are revving it up and it hits that rev limiter, and that's when it pops and crackles. And it's more prevalent when you first install it. After it ages, you do not really get that pop or crackle anymore. I do get a lot of questions about, are the catalytic converters still on? Yes, the cats are still on. I do not have any other modifications. The engine is completely the same other than the K&N air intake. There's no shorty headers or anything like that on here. Everything else is stock besides the exhaust and the K&N air intake. The last question I get a lot is about the drone or the interior noise. You can make it have drone. What I mean by that is if you keep it at a certain RPMs, which it's not really a natural RPM if you have the cruise control on, it's kind of, you can make it have that certain RPM, and that is the only time you really get that drone that is overpowering, and you can really make it have that annoying tone in there if you keep it at that certain RPM. If you're just normally driving, you get that drone just a little bit when it goes through that RPM, but if you're just driving normally and have the cruise control on and you're shifting normally, there's not really that much of a drone. But with that said, it is a little noisy in there. I know a lot of people, when they get in my car and we're driving, they say how loud it is and how do I stand the noise in there, which I honestly am used to it. I like how it sounds in there. I do not think it's overpowering. I do notice here and there that it is noisy, but that is what I signed up for, I guess. That's why I got the exhaust put on it, so I could have that rumble to it, I guess. I do not think it's overpowering at all, but I do notice that a lot of people mention it or bring it up when they actually ride in my car for the first time. Like I said, I am used to it. It does not bother me. I like how it sounds, and I've been driving it for 4 years, and it has never bothered me, I guess. So we can hop in the car, I can show you it at cruise control to show you the drone, and I can try to get it at that point of RPMs where it actually does have the drone the most. So let's hop in the car.
So here's a quick startup inside. just set the cruise on. That is what you get with the cruise. But like I said, you really need to find that RPM to make it have the drone. If you have the cruise control on, you're not really going to have that drone. I've been trying to find that certain point to where it has that drone, but I'm having a difficult time trying to get it to that point. So what is my final opinion after having this exhaust system for 4 years? I really do like it. I think it's the meanest you can make a V6 sound without taking out the catalytic converters or doing some extreme modifications to the engine. I really do think it sounds pretty good for a V6, and I really do like it overall. So if you have any other questions that I did not really answer, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And I'm hoping to get out in the woods very soon for some turkey hunts. So make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out the first turkey hunt on this channel. And I'm going to try to take it down with a bow. So make sure you hit the subscribe button below, hit that like button, and turn the bell notification button on. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.